Inside Marquette Basketball with Buzz Williams. The home crowd at the Bradley Center, how much do you feed off their energy?
Well, I think in the time that I have been here, a lot of our success has been because of the atmosphere at the Bradley Center and those that are sitting in the seats at the Bradley Center. And I think even with this year's team, more importantly, with so many new guys, it's such a big deal to them to play at home, to play in front of their friends, to play in front of their family. They really enjoy it, and you can tell from the energy our team plays with that the energy our crowd gives our team is important.
A lot goes into creating that atmosphere at the Bradley Center. It's our Aurora Sports Medicine Institute All Access segment.
If you've been to a Marquette game at the Bradley Center, you've probably watched the players singing on the scoreboard or been caught on the kiss cam. It's all part of the game day atmosphere and production meticulously planned by Kim Mueller and the marketing staff at Marquette, along with the video production crew of the Bradley Center.
We have a lot to do today.
Game day begins early for Kim and director Jack Abrams, who meet well before tip-off to go over all of the video elements that go into the game.
I get here 2.5 hours before tip-off. Doors open an hour before, so that gives us 90 minutes for pre-production.
Basically, everything pregame we do is to make sure that any element or promotion that we're going to run throughout the game looks okay and that it's ready to run and it's ready to go prior to tip-off so that we don't have any hiccups or anything during the game. So pregame, we basically just try to orchestrate and plan as much as we can. Granted, once the game begins, there's going to be some changes and some confusion along the way, but as long as we're planned out as much as possible pregame, that makes everything else run a little bit smoother.
Kim then meets with her staff to coordinate all of the individual promotions that happen throughout the game.
Halftime, we'll do McKay-Hill first, and then the Heiser half-court shot, and they're instructed to meet down in the North Tunnel. It'll be Father Wild, Steve Cottingham, Coach Roders, Katie Miller. I'll need one of you to run over. They'll need a wireless mic.
Ends up, see.
60 minutes before tip-off, the control room jumps into action. Jack in the control room on the suite level,
sixth man of your Golden Eagles,
and Kim sitting courtside work their way through the rundown. Flexibility is a must as timing changes pregame.
It can get hectic depending on if it's a hot timeout, if they change what's scripted, let's go with the flow kind of thing. You sort of just see what's happening and keep the mood going.
Once the game starts, Jack and his crew are busy balancing pre-produced elements
Sub one
with live action for the scoreboard.
5 camera operators.
Hold 2, take 2.
Mostly they know what their job is. Each camera sort of has its own assignment that we'll talk about and predetermine what extra thing is coming up during today's game. So I've got cameras to talk to and be concerned with. I have a switcher who pushes the buttons for the cameras that I select to show on the air. We have tape replay people who replay the action a foul that's been committed or something like that. We can show a foul. We can't show a call that's questionable, charging or blocking. Big East rules, we can only show one angle of a replay.
During timeouts, when the crowd's energy often wanes, Kim and Jack do their best to keep the action moving.
We try to plan our promotions as much as possible, but granted, we want to enhance the atmosphere of the Bradley Center as much as possible. So we pay attention to the game, we pay attention to the flow, and if our crowd's going nuts and they're going crazy, we want to do as much as we can to enhance that. And so that may mean we may have to move a promotion, or that may mean we have to cut something or run something a little bit quicker, and that just basically is just communicated all over headset, and that starts with me deciding before the timeout is called, or I may be able to anticipate it's coming, and that way we're able to communicate maybe 30 seconds before the timeout is called so that everyone's on the same page and that the Bradley Center is running the appropriate video if there's anything to be run at all, and the promotions are being held back if need be.
It's not always easy, but for the game day crew, it's a labor of love.
This is my favorite part of the job, is game day, and especially when we get into the Big East season. The games are so, they're so huge for the players, and so anything we do as a marketing department to help kind of enhance the atmosphere and enhance the environment, this is my favorite part of the job. It's working extra nights and it's working extra weekends, but it doesn't bother me at all. I love our student section. I love when they get into the game. We try to think as a marketing department as much as we can to get them involved in the game as much as we possibly can.
We're all fans up here ourselves. We're all up here cheering for Marquette. Sometimes you can't enjoy the game as much as you can out in the arena because you're concerned about covering the game for the fans so they can see and get the most out of it. So, you can't just sit up here and enjoy it and watch TV. you're the one who's choosing what TV is.
They do a fantastic job, and so this is not meant as disrespect to them, but as focused as you are, do you even understand all of the stuff that's going on?
Well, I get a little bit of it, Dennis, maybe during the off season as they're sprinkling me with their wisdom on what they think, and that's how they make their living, and that's their passion. And I don't like it when people tell me how to run a sideline out of bounds play, and so I make sure when they're talking about what we're going to do during the third media timeout on the Jumbotron, I just listen and I say, thanks for caring enough that you want to do it the right way. And I think that our entire staff, all of those that are involved in game day operations and the marketing of game day, that's what they want to do and that's what they care about. And because they care about it, for me, I translate that as they care about our kids, and that's all I really care about. So they have carte blanche of it, obviously, and I just go, thanks for caring.
Well, I know you're focused, but they do put on a great show at the Bradley Center, no question. When we come back, challenging week for the coach of the Golden Eagles. We'll talk about it after this.